Welcome to Soul Health, where we dive into the tools you need for a healthier mind and body. Today, we're tackling a topic that affects millions of people every day: anxiety. If you've ever felt like your mind is running at 100 miles an hour, constantly worrying about things that haven't even happened yet, or maybe feeling restless without really knowing why, this video is for you. But here's the thing: anxiety doesn't have to control your life. In the next few minutes, we're going to break down what anxiety really is, how it impacts your brain and body, and most importantly, how you can start managing it today. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll have a much clearer understanding of anxiety and some actionable steps to keep it in check. Anxiety is something we all experience at some point in our lives. It's a natural response to stress, and in some situations, it can actually be helpful. For example, if you're about to give a big presentation or take a test, that feeling of nervousness might push you to prepare more. Anxiety becomes a problem, though, when it doesn't go away, even when there's no real danger or stressor. So what exactly is anxiety? At its core, anxiety is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease, typically about something with an uncertain outcome. But it's more than just emotions. Anxiety also affects you physically. Maybe you've noticed your heart beating faster, shallow breathing, sweaty palms, or even a sense of impending doom. Those are all symptoms of anxiety, and they happen because your body thinks it's preparing for a threat. But why does this happen? When you're anxious, your brain goes into overdrive. The part of your brain called the amygdala, which is responsible for emotions like fear and panic, kicks into high gear. It sends a signal to your body that there's a danger, even when there isn't one. This triggers the fight or flight response. Basically, your body's way of preparing to face a threat or run from it. But here's the thing: most of the time, the threats we face in modern life aren't life or death situations. Yet our brain still reacts as if we're in danger. That's why you might feel anxious about things like a work deadline, social situations, or even just leaving the house. And it doesn't stop there. Chronic anxiety changes the way your brain works over time. The more anxious you feel, the more sensitive your amygdala becomes. It starts to overreact to minor stressors, and your brain gets stuck in a loop of constant worry. So how do we break that cycle? One of the most important steps in managing anxiety is understanding what triggers it. Anxiety triggers can be different for everyone, but they usually fall into a few common categories, such as external stressors, things like work pressure, financial concerns, or relationship problems; social situations, where the fear of being judged or rejected leads to overwhelming anxiety; health concerns, whether real or imagined; negative thought patterns, such as overthinking or assuming the worst possible outcome. Once you identify your triggers, it becomes easier to develop strategies to manage them. You might start by asking yourself, what situations or thoughts consistently cause my anxiety? Can I pinpoint patterns in when or why it happens? Recognizing your triggers is key because it's the first step in regaining control. Anxiety isn't just a mental struggle. It takes a toll on your body too. Chronic anxiety can lead to headaches, stomach issues, muscle tension, and even long-term conditions like high blood pressure. Think of your body like a rubber band. A little bit of stress stretches it, but it snaps back. Chronic anxiety, though, is like constantly stretching that rubber band until it wears out. That's why it's so important to address anxiety early on, before it starts impacting your physical health in a serious way. So, how can we stop this cycle? Let's move into some practical tips. Managing anxiety starts with taking control of both your mind and your body. These are some proven strategies that can help. Breathing techniques. When you feel anxiety rising, one of the quickest ways to calm your body is through controlled breathing. Try the 4-7-8 method. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold your breath for 7 seconds, and exhale for 8 seconds. This simple technique can calm your nervous system and slow down your racing thoughts. Mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the moment, instead of letting your mind wander to worries about the future or regrets from the past. It's about grounding yourself in the here and now, which helps break the cycle of anxious thoughts. You can practice mindfulness through using a simple mantra or affirmation to help center your mind when it starts to drift into anxious thinking. Physical exercise. You don't have to hit the gym every day to feel the benefits of exercise. Even a 10-minute walk can lower your anxiety by releasing endorphins, which are your body's natural mood boosters. Challenge negative thoughts. Anxiety often feeds on irrational or exaggerated thoughts. When you notice these thoughts creeping in, ask yourself, is this thought really true? Is there evidence to support it? Most of the time, you'll realize that your anxiety is making things seem much worse than they actually are. Limit caffeine and sugar. Both caffeine and sugar can ramp up your anxiety levels. They stimulate your nervous system, making you feel jittery and on edge. If you struggle with anxiety, consider cutting back on your coffee or sugary snacks and see if it makes a difference. Progressive muscle relaxation. This is a technique where you tense and then relax different muscle groups in your body, starting from your feet and moving up to your head. It helps release physical tension caused by anxiety and can be done anywhere, whether you're sitting at your desk, lying in bed, or even during a break at work. Start by tensing each muscle group for 5 to 10 seconds, then slowly release. This helps signal to your body that it's okay to relax. Seek support. Don't be afraid to talk to someone about your anxiety. Whether it's a trusted friend, family member, or therapist, opening up about what you're going through can help you feel less alone. Sometimes just hearing someone else say, "I've been there too," can make a world of difference. Now that we've covered some strategies, it's important to talk about consistency. Managing anxiety isn't something that happens overnight. It takes time and daily effort. One of the most effective ways to reduce anxiety long-term is by creating a routine that supports mental wellness. Start small. Pick 2 or 3 techniques that work for you, whether it's mindfulness, deep breathing, or physical exercise, and commit to doing them every day. You don't need hours of time. Just 5 to 10 minutes of focused effort can make a big difference. It's also important to have a toolkit for anxious moments. This toolkit could include techniques like the 4-7-8 breathing method, a favorite calming activity, or even a list of positive affirmations that you can read through when your mind feels overwhelmed. Having these tools readily available helps you respond to anxiety in the moment, instead of letting it take over. Consistency in self-care practices is key to keeping anxiety in check. Remember, these tools are here for you to use daily, not just when you're feeling anxious. Make it part of your routine, like brushing your teeth or eating breakfast, and over time, you'll notice the benefits. Finally, let's touch on a few broader lifestyle changes that can make a big difference in managing anxiety. Sleep. Poor sleep and anxiety are closely connected. Try to create a consistent sleep routine by going to bed and waking up at the same time every day. Even small changes in your sleep habits can lower anxiety levels. Diet. What you eat can also affect your mental state. A diet rich in whole foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats can help support brain function and reduce anxiety. Avoid processed foods and excessive caffeine, as these can contribute to feelings of restlessness. Time in nature. Spending time outside, whether it's in a park or simply sitting in your backyard, can have a calming effect on your mind. Nature helps reduce stress, which is a major trigger for anxiety. Even 20 minutes outside can help reset your mental state. It's important to remember that anxiety is something you experience, not who you are. You are not your anxiety, and you don't have to live with it controlling your life. By learning to recognize the signs of anxiety and adopting strategies to manage it, you can take back control. The key is consistency. Managing anxiety isn't a one-time thing. It's about building daily habits that keep it in check. Be patient with yourself. It's okay to have setbacks, but every time you choose to manage your anxiety instead of letting it manage you, you're making progress. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to Soul Health for more tips on mental wellness, healthy habits, and living your best life. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. We're here to support you every step of the way. If you found this video helpful and it inspired you to make positive changes, be sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.